today's mathematics lesson, for today, some of you will need a ruler, a pencil, and that's it for today. Others will just need a pencil, but I'll explain that later on. So again, we're still talking about symmetry, so let's just remind ourselves of what symmetry means. Now say it with me if you know, but something is symmetrical when it is the same on both sides. And in mathematics, when we look at shapes and symmetry, a shape is symmetrical if a dividing line, a mirror line, can be drawn on that shape to show it is exactly the same on both sides. One way to remember symmetry is again to look at butterflies, but we should be able to remember what symmetry means for now. It's Wednesday already, oh my goodness. So, we're specifically looking at vertical lines, so you should be showing with your arms or with your fingers what a vertical line will look like. And just because Miss James really likes the puppy pictures, we're going to have them on again, but if you know that a puppy either sits up or stands up, and you can remember that a line goes up and down, just like that puppy, you know that it is a vertical line. But again, there are lots of different types of lines, so sometimes it's just really good to be aware of them. And this is a horizontal line, and that's when the line goes straight across. It's like a puppy lying down. And today, we're going to be focusing on those vertical lines of symmetry, that central dividing line. Now, some of you have got a sheet that looks like this. You might have seen it yesterday, but this will be your sheet for today, for Wednesday. And we're going to be looking at drawing those vertical lines of symmetry again, just having a little bit more practice. So, I've got my ruler, and I am going to be using a black pencil again, that's just because it shows up a little bit better on the visualiser. And I'm going to be searching for the centre of my shape, that central dividing line. So I'm going to look at the circle, because circles can be a little bit more tricky. I think that that's about central there. And I'm going to put my ruler down, and then I'm going to draw my dotted line all the way down. Does that shape look exactly the same on both sides? Keep on asking yourself that question, as I'm sure you have been. But if you think, yep, absolutely, that looks exactly the same on both sides, and give yourself a pat on the back. You've just found a vertical line of symmetry on your shape, which is super. Now, let me show you something else. I'm going to put my, I think that's a line of symmetry. That one there, my central line, my dividing line, my mirror line. You should be shaking your head. No, I've rushed it. I've not taken my time. And actually, that side of that shape looks very different to that side of that shape, which means that that is not a line of symmetry. And a pentagon actually does have a vertical line of symmetry. So it's very important that you take your time and make sure your lines are central. So if you've got this sheet, I'd like you to practice drawing those vertical lines of symmetry with a ruler. And remember from yesterday's video, if you have not got a ruler, that's fine. Just make sure you take your time drawing your dotted lines. Now, some of you, your sheet will look like this. Okay, let's move this one from underneath it. You can see that your vertical lines have already been drawn. But your learning outcome is to find and to identify the correct lines of symmetry. So what I'd like you to do on your sheet is to tick if you think that that line of symmetry is correct. It's showing that both of those sides are exactly the same. But if you think, no, not at all, it's like Miss James, she's rushed it, then just put a cross. So I'm going to look at one of my triangles, because I've got two on this sheet. And I'm going to have a look at this one. I can see it's in the centre and both sides are exactly the same. So I'm going to give that a tick. But if I have a look at this triangle here, it's in the centre, but both sides of those shapes, both sides are not exactly the same. So this type of triangle actually hasn't got a vertical line of symmetry. It's not quite right. So I'm going to put a cross. Oh my goodness, what on earth is going on? So somebody has just rushed a little know that, well, actually, that's not quite right. It needs to be in the centre, and those both sides need to look exactly the same. So whether you've got this sheet or that sheet, again, have a bit of fun with it. Shapes are really fun subject to do in maths, and I hope you do have fun today, just like on Monday and Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.